So, as I was saying, bravery is doing it anyway in the presence of fear. Whatever that is, man, just do it because engaging the process, you're gonna learn from it. And I'm so blessed and I'm so happy that I always dared myself and I always did it anyway, even in the presence of fear. I always investigate it and I always try my best to do it anyway, whatever that is, if it was something positive. And we always scared of the unknown. Oh, but what this? Oh, but what that? And we always question ourselves. We doubt ourselves, and we never even try, man. That's the sad thing, that we won't even try to execute on our dream. We won't even dare to dream, and we'll just assume that it's not for us. Meanwhile, you look around you and you see millions of people living their dreams. You see millions of people executing. And that's the difference, that some people, they dare in the presence of fear, they still go and chase it down. They still go and get it, and leave it on the table, man. You're not, I'm going to learn something from this, whatever that is. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to try. I'm going to talk. I'm not going to stay quiet. I'm going to see where it leads. I'm going to see where how I could develop, how I could leverage this, and everybody don't do it. So success is living your dream. Success is living your dream. And I'm kind of grateful and I feel blessed that what I'm living today is my dream. I dreamed this. I dreamed to be in this space right now. I dreamed to have the work in front of me that I have in front of me. I dreamed, many, many years ago, man. And I just dare to have a vision. I dare to think outside the box. And I dare not to follow and do my own path. I did my own path. I didn't go with the influence and I didn't go with the masses. Because I learned what happens when you do that. I learned to calculate. I learned to be demanding. I learned to just think on my own, do my own, not really worried about what nobody else thinks about what I'm doing, because everybody's always gonna have an opinion. And I'm always signing up for different courses online. Sometimes I pay for them. Sometimes they're just free, and all you gotta do is submit your information, put your name in an email, and they'll send you a link and to a Zoom, and then you're able to hit that link, go into that Zoom call, and next thing you know, you in a video, you want to call with people from everywhere around the world, and it's talking something positive, man. And and I learned this. Your level of exposure will determine your level of success. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing some of the things, some of the jewels, some of the nuggets that hit me, that I say, man, this was good. This was good. And this is what I'm doing now. I'm just going to sit down, I'm going to talk, and I'm going to share some of the nuggets and some of the information, because this is what we lack sometimes, man. Sometimes we scrolling away, looking at the latest celebrity gossip and the latest tragedies and funny videos and drama and news, that doesn't edify us. So sometimes I hear these things and I try to dissect them and learn from them, learn from other people's mistakes, because I know how hard it is when I learn from my mistakes. So whenever I hear something that is happening to anyone around me or anybody in the news or any celebrity, I hear it, I analyze it, and I learn from it, and I say, well, this happened because of this. pride. There was pride involved in this right here. It was a recklessness in the way the person was moving, and I learned, and it helps me. So this is why I'm doing it right now, because I could be talking about a lot of things, but I want to talk about things that edify me, that teach me, that I want to take the time to share with you, so that you can be edified, so that you could be blessed. So when you're losing, right? When you're losing in life, there are certain indicators, and some of the indicators when you're losing in life is that you're using the wrong strategies. And look, and I'm learning this from somebody that's executing on a high level, is ETA and Associates, Eric Thomas and Associates. Eric Thomas, CJ Carl, Jamal King, and a whole network that they have been able to develop throughout the past 20 years that has put them in a space where they just give back, and they just give free content, and you can listen, you can hear, and it's very impactful, because if you apply the information that you hear, because this is what I did since 2016. I've been tuning into this podcast, and I listened to all the episodes. I don't think I missed one since 2016. They up to like 413. And I learned so much, man. And look, listening to that podcast has encouraged me to execute, to act in the presence of fear. And look, man, it has dropped a bag on me, man. It's dropped, man. I made money, man, applying the information. Serious money. Because they encourage me. They say, this is what you got to do. And look, and I'll share what that was. It was, they said in one of the podcasts that a lot of people don't experience success because they cannot make a decision. They're fearful of making a decision either way, and it paralyzes them because they're unable to decide what to do. They don't do nothing at all, and it causes them to stay stuck. And I was listening to this on my way to investigate a property that that they were saying that people don't have success because they cannot make a decision. And the bottom line is, what they came down to is, they said that if you make a decision, no matter what decision you make, your objective after that is to make that decision right at all costs. So I said, what are you going to do? You're going to make the decision here, or you're not going to make the decision? And then I counted the pros and cons as to if I do make the decision, if I don't make the decision. If I didn't make the decision to go in, it was going to hurt me in the long run, because it wasn't going to give me the opportunity to execute and to make that decision right. There was going to come a big payoff after that. So look, I made the decision in the presence of fear, and I said, I'm going to do it, because, I don't got, I could just lose these 20,000, but if this goes right, this is going to set me up for a very long time. Not only me, but my family, my children, and my grandchildren. So, I made the decision to make it right. And I was listening to that podcast on my way up there at 4:00 in the morning when I heard this. So not only was I listening to this on my way up there to Pennsylvania, I was also on my way up there from 3:00 in the morning, 4:00 in the morning. It takes 2 hours to get up there. I got up there right before 6. So I even got up at the crack of dawn to go do this personal investigation. It was a personal investigation that I had to do at that time, just because I had to get in there with some big flashlights just to look about what I was going to get into. Now, if I wouldn't have, you can't wait till the daytime to do stuff like that, because in the daytime, you're not going to be able to go in. And I didn't want to get into this blindly. So I went in at the crack of dawn. I made my way into the property, and I did my inspection, and I decided to go in no matter how it looked. And it looked bad. But I made the decision. I said, you know what, do it and then work on making it right. So if you're losing in life, right? Um, you're using the wrong strategy. So you gotta evaluate what strategies, what am I doing? What are my habits? What are my habits? What am I doing? Um, if you're losing in life, you focused on the wrong things. So what am I focused on? These are things that I always tell myself, that I ask myself. What are you focused on, man? Because if I'm losing, then I'm focused on the wrong things. And I remember a time almost 20 years ago when I came home, I had the wrong strategy and I was focused on the wrong things. And I began to start losing. And I wasn't getting ahead after 1 or 2 years. I said, man, I'm not where I want to be, man. I've been already 1 year, 2 years, and I'm struggling here, man. Like, what's going on? I've been working the whole time too. I've been having 1, 2, 3 jobs, and I was losing. So you know what? I changed my strategy, and I stopped focusing on the wrong things, and I started focusing on God's word. That's my personal experience. That's my personal testimony. When I stopped focusing on the wrong things, I started to focus on my credit, and I started to focus on my time and what I was doing with my time. And focusing on the wrong thing was causing me to waste time. Focusing on the wrong things was causing me not to focus on my credit. And at that point, credit is always crucial because that's your identity, man. You cannot grow financially if your credit is not where it needs to be, not in a legal way at least. And I'm on legal. I'm not on illegal because I don't want to have a problem with the government because I know how that ends up already. So when you lose it in life, you're with the wrong team. You're around the wrong people. So you got to be willing to let people go. Everybody can't come with you. Everybody's not going to want to come with you once you start trying to do things right. Once you start trying to get it right, and once you start going against the grain, especially where I come from, people are going to say good luck. They're going to say good luck, man. I'm not going down that route. I'm going to stay. I like it here where I'm at. I want to smoke every day. I want to have different women. I don't want to go to work. I want to go pop bottles, and this is what I want to do. So I said, no, I cannot do that. Absolutely not. I'm not going down that route. That route is not going to lead me to nowhere in the future. So I had to, get around the right influence, get around the right group of people. And for me, that happened to be my church family. That's when I got around the right group of people, because my church family, going to church, I was praying, I was going to Bible study, I was going to worship services, I was sitting under the preaching of God's word. There was accountability. Iron sharpens iron. So I got I got away from the wrong influence and I got next to the right influence. And that set me down a path.